Alright, so this is going to be the next one. I decided to go ahead and title this The Power of the Tongue. It's something I've been extremely convicted of here for a while. My language at work, my language at church, my language around friends, my language when I talk to myself, which I do quite a bit. It's definitely unwholesome, to say the least. I think unwholesome would be putting it lightly. So I basically just went through the Bible and pulled some verses, almost whole chapters, just everything I could think of, everything I could find that kind of goes along with what God demands, or what God commands, rather. I mean, He doesn't demand anything, but He does command us. And just kind of what it looks like to, not just what it looks like to live a righteous life, but what it looks like to speak as if righteous and not wicked. So the first one I pulled is 1 Peter 3:10, which reads, well, actually it's 3:10 and 11, sorry. For the one who desires life, to love and see good days, must keep his tongue from evil and his lips from speaking deceit. He must turn away from evil and do good. He must seek peace and pursue it. And in a lot of these verses, you'll notice that, speaking foul is, of the wicked, it's destructive, it breaks, it destroys, it erodes, and there is no peace in any of that. So I think that's the reason why I chose 1 Peter 3:10, 11 first. I don't believe I put all of these in order. I just picked certain ones here and there. So the next one would be Colossians 4:6, which says, "Let your speech always be with grace, as though seasoned with salt, so that you will know how you should respond to each person." And I especially like that one because, as Christians, or rather, I hate the phrase Christian because it's just another label. As believers in Christ who abide in His Word, we're called to be the salt of the earth and also the light. We shine light on the darkness, or rather, Jesus Christ shines light on the darkness in and through us, and then we are the salt of the earth. We give living righteously as God commands us to live. We give bland things taste, so to speak. All right. Sorry, a little sour. Alright, so the next one would be Ephesians 4:29. "Let no unwholesome word proceed from your mouth, but only such a word as is good for edification, according to the need of the moment, so that it will give grace to those who hear." And anybody who doesn't know what edification is, it's basically to build up positive reinforcement, so to speak, in today's terminology. I put these in correct order, but I pulled 3 different verses from Proverbs 15. I didn't pull the whole chapter of Proverbs 15 because not all of it speaks, or rather teaches, about our tongue and our lips. So Proverbs 15:4, "A soothing tongue is a tree of life, but perversion in it crushes the spirit." Oh, actually, I didn't get 3 verses, so it's 2. The second one is Proverbs 15:28. "The heart of the righteous ponders how to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours out evil things." So basically, if you're quick to speak without actually thinking about your answer, you may want to reconsider. Matthew 15:11. It is not what enters into the mouth that defiles the man, but what proceeds out of the mouth. This defiles the man. These are words from Jesus Christ himself. Another proverb, 26:20, says, "For lack of wood the fire goes out, and where there is no whisper, contention quiets down." Titus 3:1 and 2. Remind them to be subject to rulers, to authorities, to be obedient, to be ready for every good deed, to malign no one, to be peaceable, gentle, showing every consideration for all men. The next bit is Proverbs 18:20 and 21. With the fruit of a man's mouth, his stomach will be satisfied. He will be satisfied with the product of his lips. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So, living righteous and speaking righteous, then your fruits are of God. Your fruits are of love. Your fruits are good. Your fruits are of life. So then you will eat upon that. If you speak wicked and unrighteous and unholy and ungodly, then you'll essentially just have a taste for the flesh, basically. Alright, so Proverbs 12:6 and 7. So I really didn't put these in order. The words of the wicked lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright will deliver them. The wicked are overthrown and are no more, but the house of the righteous will stand. And I especially like this one. And another one goes along with this as well. If you or anyone you know has ever been caught in a lie, then, it's done. It's basically like one of the three little pigs building a house of straw, Your house is gone. With a slight breeze, basically. But truth is solid, truth is strong, and truth is righteous, and the house of the righteous will stand. Proverbs 12:13 and 14. An evil man is ensnared by the transgression of his lips, but the righteous will escape from trouble. A man will be satisfied with good by the fruit of his words, and the deeds of a man's hands will return to him. Proverbs 12:18-19. There is one who speaks rashly, like the thrust of a sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Truthful lips will be established forever, but a lying tongue is only for a moment. Again, you get caught in a lie. What you say only lasts for a moment, but the truth will last forever. And with 12:18, there's one who speaks rashly like thrusts of a sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Basically, edification. If you spend your time edifying those around you instead of gossiping about them or degrading on them, something they're struggling with, or even the morale, especially in the workplace, will definitely change for the better than for the worse. From what I've experienced, speaking rashly just it causes way too much division, especially in the workplace. Alright, Proverbs 15:1 and 2. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise makes knowledge acceptable, but the mouth of fools spouts folly. And I especially enjoy this one, mainly just Proverbs 15:1, because it speaks truth in every word. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. I mean, how true is that? How many of us have stumbled and said a harsh word to somebody, and they get defensive or even offensive? Yeah. Proverbs 6:16-19. I really like this one because it actually brings up the tongue or the lips or spoken word 3 times. 6:16-19. There are 6 things which the Lord hates, yes, 7 which are an abomination to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that run rapidly to evil, and a false witness who utters lies, and one who spreads strife among his brothers. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking if you could actually put that one as a 4th, and one who spreads strife among brothers, because if you speak negatively or you degrade on somebody, or if you gossip about someone and they find out about it, then it causes division. And it's basically spreading strife among brothers. You know, you don't have to like the people you work with, but you do have to learn to get along with them, to work beside them, to work next to them, to work with them. A lot of times, where you are weak, they are strong, and where they are weak, you are strong. Alright, James 1:19-26. If I might say, I would suggest to anyone who is getting into God's Word, they should definitely read the book of James. It's got a lot of this. Extremely helpful. So it starts, this you know, my beloved brethren, but everyone must be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. For the anger of man does not achieve the righteousness of God. Therefore, putting aside all filthiness and all that remains of wickedness, in humility receive the word implanted, which is able to save your souls. But prove yourselves doers of the word, and not merely hearers who delude themselves. For if anyone is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man who looks at his natural face in the mirror. For once he has looked at himself and gone away, he has immediately forgotten what kind of person he was. But one who looks intently at the perfect law, the law of liberty, and abides by it, not having become a forgetful hearer, but an effectual doer, this man will be blessed in what he does. If anyone thinks himself to be religious, and yet does not bridle his tongue, but deceives his own heart, this man's religion is worthless. So I just put all of Psalm 52 in. I was originally just going to do 5-9, or 2-9, 52:2 to 52:9, but I just put it all away in. So, why do you boast in evil, O mighty man? The loving kindness of God endures all day long. Your tongue devises destruction like a sharp razor, O worker of deceit. You love evil more than good, falsehood more than speaking what is right. Selah. You love all words that devour, O deceitful tongue. But God will break you down forever. He will snatch you up and tear you away from your tent, and uproot you from the land of the living. Selah. The righteous will see and fear, and will laugh at him, saying, Behold, the man who would not make God his refuge, but trusted in the abundance of his riches, and was strong in his evil desire. But as for me, I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the loving kindness of God forever and ever. I will give you thanks forever because you have done it, and I will wait on your name, for it is good in the presence of your godly ones. Again, James 3, 1 through 12. Let not many of you become teachers, my brethren, knowing that as such we will incur a stricter judgment. For we all stumble in many ways. If anyone does not stumble in what he says, he is a perfect man, able to bridle the whole body as well. Now if we put bits into horses' mouths, so that they will obey us, we direct their entire body as well. Look at the ships also. Though they are so great and are driven by strong winds, are still directed by a very small rudder, whereof the inclination of the pilot desires. So also the tongue is a small part of the body, and yet it boasts of great things. See how great a forest is set aflame by such a small fire. And the tongue is a fire, the very world of iniquity. The tongue is set among our members as that which defiles the entire body, and sets on fire the course of our life, and is set on fire by hell. For every species of beasts and birds, reptiles and creatures of the sea, is tamed and has been tamed by the human race. But no man can tame the tongue. It is a restless evil, full of deadly poison. With it we bless our Lord and Father, and with it we curse men who have been made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth come both blessing and cursing. My brethren, see these things ought not to be this way. Does a fountain send out from the same opening both fresh and bitter water? Can a fig tree, my brethren, produce olives, or a vine produce figs? Nor can salt water produce fresh. I think it's, well, I know it is, and I'm sure anybody who reads the Bible knows that it's imperative that we know God's Word, that we learn God's Word, and that we hold it close to our heart, because without it, we cannot change. We cannot be better. We can try. I know when I first started really paying attention to what I was saying, I realized just how filthy my language is. And I decided I was going to change it. And in so doing, my language got worse. There's nothing I can do apart from God. But with God on my side, anything is possible. But I have to believe that He will help me change, that the change will come from Him and not myself. So anywhere in your life that you feel you fall short, anywhere in your life where you feel is wicked and not righteous, where it destroys instead of builds up, ask God to help you with it. You can try to change it yourself, but you won't. Well, you will. It'll just make it worse. But if you ask God, and you let Him change you, it will be done. All it takes is faith. Well, that's it. That's all I've got. I'm going to do what I can to put this up, and hopefully somebody enjoys hearing it. Well, God bless, and good night.